Hello, everybody, and welcome to Space Engineers. I am the one known as Duke Skyloper. Welcome, Marcus and Rumblestrip, and anybody else who's watching. Glad to have you here. If you recall from last time, today we're going to be building a automated cargo transport thingamabob that is going to go from here to there with more cargo than I can personally carry in my backpack. So that's the goal. More cargo than me. And probably going to use a lot of hydrogen in the process. So let's design this thing. Oh, and there's lightning in the background. That's always good. We've also got an update coming out next Monday. I don't know if you all saw that. The fieldwork update is coming on Monday. And I don't know if there's a fieldwork surprise or if the fieldwork just refers to what appears to be some science-related blocks that are going to be in the DLC pack. But it's going to be an update. And one thing I can say is, I think I said this last time too, I'm really hoping that the update kind of fixes my save. I mean, it's possible it could also break it even worse, but it's possible that the update comes out and we load this world up and suddenly we get spawns and Factorum and everything. But we'll see. I am planning for the future here, since my original goal for this world was to build up to fight the Factorum, and it's become clear that we will never be able to fight the Factorum in this world unless the next update fixes my save. I am starting to plan for the next thing. I wanted the series to go a lot longer, but we'll see. We'll see. I definitely, at the very least, want to get this space station looking awesome. So, and you never know, maybe this world continues on, even if we don't fight the Factorum. So, anything's on the table at the moment. But what is definitely certain is that I will not be stopping playing Space Engineers anytime soon. So, anyway, let's work on building this thing. So, what I think, let me get a... Let's clear out one of these things. There's a couple of things that I need to have on here. So, we need to have it going in both directions, and I think the easiest way to manage this is to have a... I don't need that open. But is to have it's essentially have blocks that make this end of the front, and then a different set of blocks that makes the other end the front. And depending on which way it's going will be the set of blocks that it triggers. So, Rumblestrip, man, you feel free. You could leave this on when you go to sleep, or don't, you know, it's up to you. 7.5 hours is, I mean, that's a decent amount of sleep right now if you go right now. I'm going to be honest with you, I'd be jealous. So, yeah. Anyway, so that's what I'm thinking. So we need, do we have the AI blocks? We need I got to remember how this works. We need a recorder. Actually, let me just pull the whole thing in. So we're going to need a recorder block and a flight block. And I think that's it. I don't think we need a basic task block, but I'll double check. I think we just need recorder and flight. And then we're going to need a hydrogen tank, or possibly 2 hydrogen tanks. And cargo. I'm just going to grab the group because I don't know what cargo I'm going to put in there yet. Well, it's good. You're already in bed. I had so many meetings today at work. I was working from home, and I just took the last couple meetings from bed, which is one of the best parts of when you can occasionally work from home. Anyway, cargo. We do need a battery. We don't need a lot of battery because it's mostly going to be hydrogen. And along those lines, we do need some hydrogen thrusters. Maybe I'll use the... we got all these other ones. I have been resisting using mods in the ship builds, and I'm going to keep doing that. So we got that. We definitely need a gyro. And then we are going to probably need some other things like lights and armor and stuff. Am I going to need anything else, really? Oh, you know what I wanted to have? Does this block... Hang on. Does this block have... No, this is all the connectors. All right. I want a conveyor frame, because I think I'm going to extend in between the cargo and the, just so that I could put the blocks, have somewhere to put the blocks. Although maybe I could just line them up on here. I don't know. So one thing we could do is we could go, I don't know if one tank is going to be enough. One small tank. I feel like it's not. I feel like we kind of got to do 2 tanks. And then, so we'll go like tank, cargo in the middle, tank. And then for cargo in the middle, we could either do, see, I think maybe one of these would be good, because it'll be the same width as the hydrogen, but it won't be the same height, and I could build things onto the sides, and it's a decent amount of cargo space. I don't want to put too much cargo space, because, yeah, that's the thing, Rumble Shows. I need to balance whether or not I have too much hydrogen. I need to balance, like, the weight of the ship itself and the weight of, like, the maximum weight of the amount of cargo I can put in it. Because I don't want to get into a situation where it's possible to load it up such that it can't even get itself to space. If that's true, then I should just put less cargo on it, you know. So I'm thinking one of these in the middle. So this is going to be kind of a long ship, but that's okay, because if it's going straight up and straight down, then it will, have an easier time with the aerodynamics mod. So that's what I'm thinking. And then anything else, we will just put along the side of this. Maybe I don't need the frame then, actually, now that I think about it. And then we will just kind of put a little bit of armor on it to kind of flatten it out, and that'll be that. Then we could do, this would kind of be a prototype, and if it works well enough, then it'll be the final ship. Yeah, so let's just do that. Let's do some prototyping here and see what we end up with. So got to get this on here nice and straight. So we'll do that. One of those. And then one of these. And I don't need a lot of battery power, but I do need some battery power. Oh, come on. Oh, I need interior plate. What just happened? Just give me all those. Alright, so I think... Oh. It moved on me. That wasn't right. Okay, so we'll do that. That's centered. And then another tank on the end there. Did that... moved on me again, didn't it? I'm having bad luck today. There we go. Okay. So that'll basically be our rocket, and then we can put maneuvering thrusters around it. We're going to have to get a decent amount of thrusters pointing in these 2 directions, obviously, and then the rest can just be maneuvering packs. Like, we could put like a little maneuvering pack on on the side here. We'll come up with something. So, is it just me, or the wireframes for small grid, large hydrogen tanks? Oh, are they the same wireframe? You know, it's entirely possible. Actually, let me, let's do a little test. Let's see, we need to turn off the build and repairs. It's entirely possible that they are, because of the way that they... Do I have any other ones on? What's the BP? That's that guy way over there. Yeah, okay. So let's plop. Unable to place. Plop. Are they the same? I don't think they're exactly the same, but they are extremely similar. What? I thought I turned you off. Well. Gone. Gone. Just get rid of it. I don't know what color I was on here. There we go. Are you gonna... I'll just borrow those, thank you. Okay, so anyway, this is gonna be our main ship here. And we'll throw one of these on the end. Keep it even like that. And then everything else we'll just kind of stuff in the middle here. So let me climb on top. And fall off the top. Yup. And if I had any other... Did I turn you on? I guess I did leave you on. I'm really bad at... what's the... Like, you know... perception. Seeing things and comprehending what I'm looking at. You know. That's what I need to work on that. I don't think I need this top... I think I need access to this top one, but I might leave access in case I want to just go up to this thing and manually pull cargo out of it. It'll be easier to just go directly through here. So what we need is... actually, what I might do is go like... flight, 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 and then on the bottom side... Or not flight, flight, but you know, like flight recorder. Then on the bottom side, kind of mimic that same center line with batteries, small batteries. Then I have just enough power to run whatever. You know, just so that this thing isn't an unpowered flying brick, you know. Hold on, I hurt my toe. I know that's a weird thing to say. I was trying to move my foot and I kicked something. Okay. It's back. It's fine. I got 9 more. Okay. So we're going to do... I don't care which one of these goes first, as long as they're going in the right direction. So this is flight, and then recorder. And recorder. And then underneath we'll just do... I never made little warfare batteries, huh? Let's see. Oh, I have T turned on. That's one of the problems. Let's see. I think I kind of like them in like a line like this. So we'll just do that. Alright, then we got some batteries on there. Then the next thing... Let's see. We do need to get a gyro on there. Probably just need one. Or would it be better to do, like, battery, gyro, gyro, battery? Gyros are pretty heavy. I don't want to put a lot of gyros on there, but there's not really a good way to symmetrically not have 2 gyros. Well, you know what? Why don't we do this? We'll have a small amount of unsymmetry, and we'll take one of these out and put a gyro just like right here. I don't really care which way it goes. Okay. You know what? Actually, now that I think about it, I'm probably going to want like an antenna or a beacon or something on here so that I could see where it is. Oh, I need automation. I need event controllers and stuff too. Let's see. You know what I could do with those, actually, is we can also use the areas along here as well. So kind of continue the center line look. And I'm probably going to do some armor just along the side in these like empty spots right here just to kind of smooth it out. And the rest, none of the rest will be armored. Yeah, okay, so I forgot about that. We need event controllers for like actually managing the docking. So we need probably, let's see, maybe I'll put it like down here. Which way is the top? Is that the top? Oh, anyway, that looks better. I don't know that I need broadcast controllers, though. I was trying to think about that earlier when I was planning this out. I don't think I have a... well... I mean, if I use a broadcast controller... Oh, you know what we should set up is a laser antenna, actually. We should also set up a laser antenna from here to there and see if we can connect the bases. Because that'll be easier than a broadcast controller from space to the ground. Like if I'm like launch, you know, if it's down on the planet and I'm up in space and we have a laser antenna connected, then I could, from space, move things into here, fuel it up, and then tell it to launch, you know? Okay, we can always add, like we've got spaces on the side here and everything. We can always add more. This is just for docking. I might need a timer block too, wouldn't I? Because I want to dock and undock. So I would need something that we can trigger that tells it disconnect the connector and then begin the flight movement, which I think we'll need a timer for. So this is going to be for docking. So once it docks, it docks. Let me grab a timer. We don't need that frame anymore. Hey, next level, how you doing? Let's see, if I break that, we are going to... Let's see, I need to just do this for bounced off that. I might take a short break from this and try and set up that laser antenna. That's a connection, right? That's not gonna... yeah, that's a connection. Okay. As long as this thing doesn't fall off. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, well, I'm gonna fall off, apparently. Alright, fingers crossed this works. Okay, good. Alright, timer block. Which is the best... Let's see, that's probably the best upward side. So let's put that like that. There we go. So now we got timer blocks for undocking. And I'm going to have to name these things as well. I think I can get rid of this now. Pretty sure that connects. Wait. Mount points. Yes. There we go. Alright, so we can get rid of... Okay. Where's a good place for a laser antenna? Now, hopefully we're not going to use up all of our power doing this, but... Man, I haven't used a laser antenna in a long time. Is that what they look like? Yeah, that looks old. Okay. Where should we put the laser antenna? We could put it like as part of this thing, or we could put it on top of the... top of there. Or we could put it on... Actually, you know what? Let's put it on top of the building, because that's where I tend to put all the antenna stuff. Let's do that. I should... Do I have the... I just need... Oops. I need steel plate for this. Okay. Alright, now we're going to clip into this thing. There we go. Alright, do I have... Oh, do I have space for it up here? Oh yeah, I'll put it in between the things. Let's put it in the front. Let's see. It's going to stick up a little bit, but I don't care. All right. And then... Oh, we need 100 superconductors for this. Did I bring all the gold up to the station? I might have. I might have brought all the gold up to the station. So I might have to go get... Oh no, we got 100 superconductors here. We were missing detector components. Why? Why are we missing detector components? We are out of something important. Probably because I took almost everything most of the ingots up to the base, up to the space station, didn't I? We got iron, we've got silicon, we have no nickel. I guess I'm going up to the space station to grab some nickel. Do I have gold here? I don't want to have to make too many trips. No, I don't. Okay, so all my everything I need to build one is probably up at the space station. So I need to how much gold do I need? Or not gold, I'm sorry. How much? I need 55 nickel to finish building this, so let's go get that. Okay, gotta double check my helmet is closed, because, you know. Okay, it's still here and it hasn't drifted, so that's good. Oh, hey, my levels of detail, my LODs are fixed. That's good. Alright, and that's all got welded up. Oh, yeah, we should probably check on all this stuff here, as long as I'm up here. How is the oxygen? Let's see, your oxygen tanks. We have one incomplete oxygen farm. That's probably not a good sign. Filling very slowly. It'll be done in 2 days. So, we'll get there eventually. But why are you... no, you. Oh, you're also out of what is probably silicon, huh? Which means most of those solar panels probably aren't doing anything. There was a lot of silicon down in the base, so I should have brought some up. Let me just bring 1,000 nickel down. I'm going to need a lot more nickel, aren't I? Let me bring 2,000, and we'll probably have to go nickel mining at some point. And I'll have to come back up with some more silicon. Is there anything else I wanted to check out up here? I don't think so. I think we're all good up here. Alright, back down. Oh, you know what? I was going to see if I could build the... Oh, where do I want to build the... Whoa. Okay. Sorry, my jetpack kicked in. Maybe I'll do it off this... I mean, ideally it should be at the bottom of the base, but I don't know where the bottom of the base is going to be yet. Let's make a call on that for now. Let's just say the base is going to be like 3 deep, and then this will be the outer wall here, and we'll throw one of these guys on the bottom here, like this. Now it's not going to be able to. Is it going to be able to make it? Oh, it might be. Oh no, probably we aren't going to be able to make the. We aren't going to be able to make all the parts. All the computers. But we'll get most of it. Okay, so we need to bring silicon down, or nickel down and silicon up. Alright, so if I deposit... We did bring it. Okay, good. If I deposit the nickel, and then go in here and grab some... as much silicon as I can carry, which isn't much. Which is why we need to finish this thing. Head back up. Give them this. Then we might be able to finish... Oh man, I don't want you to do that first. Hang on. I want you to make...
Low.
I want you to make... Oh, yeah. You're gonna do this either way, aren't you? Make all the computers. How about that? We're not gonna have enough silicon for all this. But just do the computers first so that I can get my conductor done. Or my antenna done. Then I don't care what you do with all these. We'll get to all this eventually. I don't even remember how you align these things. I'm gonna have to remember. Look in the let's see. So I don't know why I wrote solar. The laser, that's what I was looking for. Range. What's our range to the base? I can't see it. It's 43. Okay, so I guess 50 is good enough. Or we could even just be even more specific and say, to keep the energy costs down, we could set it to 44, maybe? I don't know what that's actually going to... There's no way that at range is 44 watts. Oh, because I said it's 44 meters. Okay, hang on. There we go, 44 kilowatts. A little bit better. And it could go up to infinite. Yeah, no, we definitely don't want to do that. So, 44 kilometers. There we go. Did it finish? It did. All right. Now, I forget how this works. I want to copy this antenna's position. Yep, that's what I want. These receivers are in radio range and can report their position. Okay, we're not going to have that, so we need to copy that. Then we need to head back down and hope that I don't accidentally lose that out of the clipboard. Did it get done? I think it got done. I want to go stand someplace where I could see it, which I guess is going to be right up on the roof. Oh, there we go. All right. So.
Energy critical.
Man, really? You know, I'm not going to die. Just open the helmet. And then I may disconnect from the terminal, though. Laser antenna. I say as I'm about to start dying, probably. 44,000. Yep. Paste. Whoop. Oops. Oh, stop. Yeah. Okay, so visually it looks connected. Does this mean I can now see the SSA stuff in here? No, I can't. Did it connect? Oh, connect. Boop. There we go. I still don't see the connected to that laser antenna. Now let me go out. Oh, you know what? Actually, now there's that. I still don't see the other grid in here. Are we actually connected? This is why I hate laser antennas. It is connected. Oh yeah, permanent connection, please. What does that do? You're just not going to disconnect? Connect. Rotating. Trying to establish. Connected to. Why did it not? Okay, maybe I'd have to do that again. You're not docked. Should see any signals it's detecting in space now. That's not. I thought I could control the grid from, like, if I'm here, that I would be able to control the grid as if it was in antenna range. Well, I'm gonna head up there in a bit. I'm gonna go off this way so I don't die again. I do not have a remote control block. Yeah, okay, I guess I'll have to do that. Alright, so you're saying the base needs a remote control block, and the station needs a remote control block for this to work. Let's stuff the remote control block over here for now. I don't know if orientation matters or not, but I apparently don't have the parts. That's kind of the front. Thanks, Rumblestrip. I appreciate your support. Let's see. I'm gonna grab another set of silicon and go back up to the station and build one up there. Oh yeah, and my helmet's open. Good times, good times. Okay. So you go in there, start building the stuff, and then laser, yeah, okay. Laser antenna is permanently connected to the 052 laser antenna. So now we need to put, where am I going to put this at? I'm going to end up moving it no matter where I put it. So how about we just put it like back here? Don't care too much about where it is. And again, I don't have the parts for it. How's the sound today? Is there still static when I'm welding and stuff, or is it better than last time? Okay. Let's see. Get healthy again. All right, so we've got a remote control here. Alright, so, and we have a remote control down there. So how do I tell it? Flight mode, yeah, I know all that stuff. How do I tell the laser antenna, or how do I connect through the laser antenna to the open remote access? That's what I was trying to do before, was open remote access, and was assuming that it was going to be here. Let's see. Yeah, all I've got is I'm technically connected to the Moon Knight. It's the larger grid, technically. Oh my god, there's so many rules. So many rules. Okay. I'm in a control seat. Remote access. I can't talk to the Moon Knight, even though it's right here. I don't have a normal antenna on this base. Do I need a normal antenna on the base, too? That thing doesn't have an antenna, right? Did I put an antenna on there? Well, once again, I'm going to put this on the pile of things that I'm not going to worry about for the moment, that we will come back to after I or somebody else to control Moon Knight, you will, but shouldn't for base control. Right. So, anyway, we'll figure it out later. They are connected. Honestly, you know, I've never had... I think I successfully used the laser antenna, like, early on when I was playing Space Engineers, and then never really got them to work well. So, obviously, I'm missing something. But that's okay, because we'll come back to it at some point. I'll do a little research, or someone else could do some research and tell me about it. Exactly. We do need a split-seat tutorial on this. There probably is one. Alright, so... we got to get thrusters on this thing. It's silly looking, but that's okay. Does it need anything else? Oh, we were going to put an antenna on it. And, oh, you know what? We got to be able to fly it the first time. I'm probably going to put a seat on it and just fly it up myself to set the waypoints. And then we'll just take the seat off. But I think I am going to put an antenna on it. I should put a remote control on it. So where will the remote go? Let's put the remote. Kind of wish I'd put the remote here or there, actually. But I think we'll do remote and then antenna. That'll be our other two things. We don't have a new small antenna, right? We just got this antenna. So we'll do antenna. Come on. I know we're going to have to go out for mining for something very soon, so. Alright, antenna. We only need one antenna. So I'm going to put it there. And then we'll do backwards facing. Backwards facing remote. Forwards facing remote. I think that'll be good. Actually, the small grid parabolic one might be good. Like, we could probably uses more parts, but that's okay, right? Because it's still... It just uses some interior plate. What we could do is we could put it, like, right on this, and I could still get parts out from under it. Yeah, let's... Or even put it, like, right there. Let's do that instead of having this thing hanging off the side. You could just take that, please. Yeah. Sparks in my face. Okay. Yeah, there we go, because I could still get in there then. Cool. I like this. I like where we're going with this. We do need to set a permanent, since this is kind of my building space, we need to set a permanent docking spot for it. But first, we need to name this thing. Did we come up with a name for this thing already, or no? I can't remember last stream if we did or not. I think I'm going to call it the cargo elevator, because it elevates the cargo, you know? The cargo elevator. And now we can go in and name all of the stuff. Now I am going to have to tell it cargo elevator. I'm going to have to tell it how much? 200 kilowatts for that? I don't think I... Let's go, like, 1 kilometer. Trying to figure out what's an actual useful range. Because I don't want to do 50 kilometers where you would see it from the ground. And then we're using, like... I know 200 kilowatts isn't much, but the batteries on here aren't very big. So, I'm thinking... Let's do 5 kilometers. Get within 5 kilometers. Yeah. So the remotes here, next level, these are as close as I can get to the center line. So hopefully they will be okay. They're basically right above the connectors if you go front to back. Because I can't really put them in line. So... the remote, the actual remote controls there are for emergencies. These are just going to be if I need to, like, remote into it and take control from the outside. In fact, I might even just strap a chair onto it and then use the remotes to go up and down. I'll probably put a chair on. Anyway, I was naming things. So this remote control is the 052 remote control. And this is the CA remote, and so is this, and I don't know which is which, but that's okay. Oops. Oh, you know what I was going to do was take out... I completely forgot. I was going to take out the renaming mod and see if I could get that other Elite Dangerous HUD mod to work. That actually... Did I just lose a battery? Oh, no, there it is. CA batteries. Yeah, okay, good. Now we want that. Don't want that. No, I don't want that. I'm going to keep you on recharge for now. Modular cargo. This is going to be cargo mod. And we don't need you there. Then we have 2 hydrogen tanks. I don't need you there, and I don't need you there, but let's leave you there. Hopefully the 1 gyroscope is enough to manage this just going straight up and down. Make sure it loads before the renaming mod. Oh, it's currently loading after, so that would make sense. Let's see. Let's change this to EC docking. And what else do we have? Let's get rid of the word move there. Yep. And timer for undock. I think that's everybody. All right, let me check the stream here. I see we found Ajir. Hello. Hello, Ajir. Welcome to the stream. Let's see. Pam can run in shuttle mode. I don't know how good it is. I've never tried to use it in shuttle mode, going like to one position and then back to another position. Sam I have used before, but it took a while to set up. In this case, I really feel like I want the challenge of trying to use the built-in automation blocks. So that's pretty much it. There is actually a script that I've used before called Spugs Automated Docking, I believe, which is very accurate. And literally all it is like, you tell it which connector, and it will align itself and dock. And it doesn't even matter if the thing it's docking to is moving. It can adjust itself and do whatever it needs to do. I could have just used that. It probably would have been really easy, but I would rather use these and see if we could do it without blowing ourselves up. So, yeah, just watch the carnage play out, basically. Let's see. Still don't see the thing. Maybe Ajir knows how laser antennas work. All right, so we want this. I'm going to add to the ends of these down, up and down, so that I can, oops, so I can tell which is which. So this is down. This is down. I'm obviously going to say this every single time now. Come on. Come on. And then these ones are up. Oh. I think I'm probably going to have to put some thrusters on it, too. Did I do that one? I guess I did that one. Didn't do that one. Right. Oh, I need the connector as well. Not you. Sorry. Connector. No, connector. There we go. Now I'm putting these as like up and down as opposed to like top and bottom or forward and backward, just because it makes more sense to me if you imagine this thing will always face the same direction no matter which way it's going, that there's one on top and one on the bottom. So I'm very excited for the field work release. Just for the, I mean, they're adding blocks that I will actually use. They claim to be adding tons of quality of life bug fixes, which is very, very cool if true. And I'm also hoping that the update fixes my ability to spawn Factorum, which might be a pipe dream, but we'll see. Oh, speaking of pipe dreams, apparently they're also adding some pipes. So that's also kind of cool. So yeah, for the, I'm going to go eat some food here, but for the laser antenna to catch people up, the laser antenna on here is successfully connected to the laser antenna in orbit, but they're not doing anything. So, not sure what to do. Like, for example, let me put my food and pee back. If I'm in here and we look at the laser antenna, we can see that it is currently connected, but that it, you know, I don't see anything from the base in here, and I can't remote access. It doesn't show up in the list of things to remote access, so. It might need percussive maintenance, honestly. Next time I go up there, I'll bring the hammer. Alright, we're almost done with this thing, other than the thrusters, and I'm really hoping we have enough nickel. To get... I bet we don't have enough nickel to get the number of thrusters on here that I want. But, let me think about how I want to do... thrusters. We don't really need a lot of thrusters on the sides. We just need enough to kind of keep it in place. No, there's no access to the... I can't hit the control and I can't hit terminal. It doesn't show up in the list at all. You know, if we bring this up, even if I'm directly connected to the grid, it doesn't show up as a thing that I can connect to. They are super funky, and I feel like whenever they work, it's like a miracle. Because they don't work for me more often than they work, but I was being hopeful. Alright, so I want probably a good amount of thrust. Let's see, if I did 12 small thrusters pointing downward and upward, do you think that's enough to push this thing up into space? Probably. How many thrusters did we have on the Moon Knight? Probably more than that, but it was significantly heavier, so I think that's probably enough. So let's make a... let's see, where's my... Oops, this one. Let's see, so we could do... like... let's use these guys, and I'm just gonna make... Alright, so we got our T-junction with... let's see, if I do a T-junction, I can't... I guess I have to use this thing. So let's do one there, one there. Then we'll do the front ones. I guess I could even point some backwards. I could have them pointing in both directions if I wanted to, couldn't I? That would definitely be enough thrust if I had 24 little ones in each direction. That would definitely be enough thrust. I might just do that. Might as well. Right? And then hope that this thing is capable of not... Although I might run out of nickel before I can get... No, actually the little ones don't need nickel, do they? Hold on now. The little ones need nickel? They do. They do need nickel, that's right. Okay. Not a lot though, but I may just have to go up. So the first load that we actually send up might just be a whole bunch of nickel and silicon. So... Wait, am I putting these on wrong? Okay, I put you on correctly. I put you on correctly. I put you on incorrectly. No, just the... No. Wait, I did. What am I getting confused about? I did everything right. Yeah. I hope. Did we target it to the antenna? Yeah, when I went up there and looked at it, it said it was connected in this direction as well. So, definitely working correctly. Or at least definitely connected correctly. Alright, then we got all those. We got all those. We need you guys. Okay. And let me go put the ones on top as well. And then we will find out if we have enough. Whoops. Whoops. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking what I'm going to do is just get this thing to fly first, and then I might load it up with a bunch of iron. Well, not on the first flight, but I'm thinking I'm going to load it up with something really, really heavy just to see if it goes. But I'll go do the waypoints first. What am I doing? I need inventory. I need steel plate. Come on, mouse. Okay. Alright, that's that. And then I'm thinking for the sides, I might just do one out each. So we'll have two in each direction going up. That'll be that. I mean, that's it. So lots and lots of up and down, and then a little bit to the side. And then we're just going to rely on the gyroscope to keep us in place, basically. I think I might use the industrial ones this time. So it's going to be a lot of metal grids and everything else. You know, I always like to have more thrusters than I need, so. Alright, we need to get the top up there. You're good, you're good. You're good, you're missing yours. You're good. Okay, I just gotta get the top then. Yeah, let's get this thing to fly first, and then we'll figure out what it's going to look like. I'm thinking we will maybe just kind of connect these with something. We'll fill in kind of right here, but mostly this is just going to look kind of industrial, because it's just a big cargo thing. It's not supposed to look like a sleek spaceship, like a Planet Express ship or something. Come on. Come on. Wait. You see that technique? That was a good technique. Okay, that's ought to be enough. While those are welding up or not welding up, let's think about where we're going to dock this thing permanently. I should put it in a place where I can get to it. I mean, I could just put it, like, back here. It could just dock, like, at the back of this thing. Why don't we just do that? Because we already got a... We could just break this and go straight up to there. Yeah, why don't we do that? Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Let me tell this thing to grab some... what am I going to need? Let's grab you out of there. Grab you out of there. I don't know. What color are you? There we go. We're going to need a T-bob here. What do I need? Interior plate? Okay, now I got to go walking around and finding it. I don't. Hang on. I don't want to sit here, but while I'm here, let's check remote access again. Nope. I meant to grab you. Work. Alright. So put you there, and then we'll put a offset connector right here. Do I want that sticking out the back there or not? Yeah, I think I will, because otherwise, what else am I going to do with that? I could always rotate it. That since this thing is just positional, it doesn't really matter. So, all right, so that's where it will hopefully dock, and we will call this the... Come on. Dock for the cargo elevator. Alright, now we need to program some things on here. We could move it over to there and then do the programming while it's sitting over there. Why don't we do that? Let me get a seat of some sort. A small grid seat. We could do... let's just do one of these. It's just nice and simple. Keep it nice and simple. We will put it... let's see, I need to put it somewhere where I'm not going to get burned. That did not factor into my plan. So how about right there? That should be safe. Or actually, maybe to make it a little bit easier to see what I'm doing, we'll put it like right here. There we go. So that will go away after we figure this out. We do need to connect this. And then... Did all these get built? I guess they all got built. That's good. Those are not filling because... the tanks on here are set... Oh, I thought they were set to stockpile. Well, let's set you to stockpile. And then... Are you empty? No. You're not... Oh, because you're not on. That's right. That's what I was doing. There we go. And you guys are set to stockpile, which is good. And you are now taking your time filling up here. While you're doing that, I'm going to grab all these thrusters, turn them off. No, I do want those. No, I don't, because I got the group. Okay. So now you're good. Let's look at these tanks again. You guys are full. 1 megaliter. So I'll shut you off again. I guess I'm going to have to keep you on at this point, because we're going to need more hydrogen for auto refueling. So why don't we do that? Let me sit in this chair for. This ought to be good. So what am I going to want in the toolbar here for now? I think I'm just going to want... I'm going to need some other things with the flight controllers in a minute, but God, I need to clean this all up. This is all from the Mixini, from the miner. That isn't mine. Okay, so I need batteries, recharge on off. I need tanks, stockpile on off, and I need thrusters on off. I think that's all I need to begin with. Then we'll do we'll figure out the rest later. Let me also turn the antenna off so we're not using power we don't need. And then let me see if my hinge for the launch pad can actually raise us up or not. We are off. Reverse. There we go. Can I not? Oh, I see what's going on. Okay. To the side. There we go. Oh, you know what else I need is the connector on the back. For switch lock. Alright, so batteries are on. That's already on auto. This is on unlock. And we are not. Why are we not? Oh, I put the wrong connector in there. Oh, shoot. What did I just unlock? I just unlocked something that I shouldn't have unlocked. Was it... Oh, the Mixini's connector. That's probably not a good thing. It probably just fell over. We wanted the down connector. Switch lock. Okay. Well, we'll go... Yeah, the Mixini fell over. It's fine. We'll fix it. Alright, thrusters on. Unlocked. And not moving. Well, at least the thrusters work. Why aren't we moving? Forward. Lock again. Oh, you know what? Rumble strip. You are correct as usual. How am I going to get back up there? I didn't cut it loose. It's still part of the grid. Still part of the grid. Now it's a separate grid. Okay. We'll go... We'll fix the Mixini in a minute. Can I get back up into that seat? No. This ought to be good. Let's just burn through all this hydrogen here. There we go. Hello, me. Please stop bouncing. Please stop bouncing. Please stop bouncing. Reverse. We're almost there. Okay. Hinge lock. There we go. All right. Now we should be good. We could definitely, hopefully, fly now. Things are full. Thrusters on. Disconnected. There we go. Okay. Now I gotta imagine how this works. So we have to go this way. And then we have to go back. Whoa, jeez. Backwards to go down. And this is this way. And then backwards to go down. Okay. Connected, off, charge, charge. Okay. Oh, boy. Another diamond. Welcome to the stream. How? Oh, you know what? It just occurred to me. How am I going to get back up into that seat now that I've fallen out? We're going to have to make ourselves a little staircase right here. Put it, like, right. You know? Actually, could I... You know what I can do? I think. I can probably... Ready? Ready? Come on. And... Well, why are you not running? Go! Yeah, oh, yeah, yeah, there we go. Okay, well, that's what we're going to do. That's the technique. Let me put this back down. And, then I could stand on it and jump. Okay, this is looking good. This is looking good. Let me bring the McSinney back up and put it back on its dock here. Did we break anything? I don't think we did. It didn't fall that far. Could have been worse. Could have been worse. And dock and everything off. Okay. Could have been worse. Alright, so now what we need to do is just program some waypoints. And we could do a test on the ground first. Oh, you know what? I wonder if I... You know what I think? I think I put the orientation of those blocks the wrong way. I shouldn't do... When it does the waypoints, does anybody remember? Does it remember the orientation of the ship, or does it always match gravity? Or does it always just go in whatever direction it's facing? Let's actually... Why don't I think that might be options. Hang on. Let's see. So for the flight down... precision mode, we do want... Forces the grid to fully rotate towards the next waypoint. Yeah, okay, good. Speed limit. Max, it's allowed to move. Well, I kind of wanted it to be that fast, but let's see. Minimum altitude. None. Align to gravity, so don't worry about that. That's what I need to do. Okay. Let's find out if it's going to rotate, because otherwise I need to rotate the blocks so that, like, forward is... You know, like, in other words, like, right now I'm, like, the up is the front, whereas I think I probably want... Or forward, I'm sorry, forward is the front. Like, right now it's, even though the world is sideways, the ship is facing forward to the right. Whereas I think I probably want it to be more like... This is looking forward. And then it aligns to gravity and goes down. Let's just try it and see what happens. What's the worst that could happen? Blueprinting first, though. That's what's definitely happening. I may have just blueprinted the entire base. Hang on. There we go. Yeah, I may have just blueprinted the whole base. We don't want to do that. Okay, so let's say... We need our flight recorder for down here so that we could say... Well, I do want that, but I also want... Where's waypoint? I need to make a waypoint. Isn't that the... Oh, no, that's not the flight. That's the recorder block. Sorry. Recorder down. Add waypoint. Okay. So... I think we're just going to have to assume that we're always going to be coming from up to straight down. And as long as we do that, then it should always be oriented the same way. So... Recorder... Okay, I think we do need to do this first as well. Sets this block as the active block of its type. You know, I guess we could have just reversed the order of the waypoints, and this could have worked with one direction and not the other. Whatever. Let's show the waypoints, and we do need to see show on HUD. Show AI functions. Okay. So maybe there is a V2 of this thing that where we just use one set and it goes up and down on its own, like it just just flips upside down and flies in the opposite direction. But we'll see. All right, so we have our flight block. No movement input. Please add or activate a task. and you're saying no move block. Well, if I turn you on, and then I turn you on, everybody's happy. So turn you off for a second, turn you off for a second. Alright, so then you are simply on that. Collision avoidance needs to be off, precision mode is on. Hopefully this speed limit is not going to be like, I'm going to smash it into the ground kind of thing, but let's see. So what I want is basically, okay, so 6 is my add waypoint. Alright, so let's get the thrusters on. Okay, good. That scared me for a second. Oh, shoot. I need to realign here to this. Good, there we go. So I just need to go up. Whoa, that was a bit... Okay, you know what? Hang on. Back over to you. Okay, there we go. I want to be basically aligned straight up as best I can here. So I'm going to connect, then disconnect so that we can lose the thing. Okay, so I want to be basically like... I want you to come to right... Let's say right here. Okay. Add a waypoint. Move down to like here. Add a waypoint. And then move to like here. Add a waypoint. And I'm just going to connect up now. Can we see the waypoints or no? No, we can't. Show AI functions. Recorder. Show that. Okay, so we do have the waypoints. So basically what should happen now, if I go, if I put the recorder block in here as play on off, and then let's see, that's add waypoint, AI behavior on. Okay, so I also need the AI behavior on off. All right, so the test here is turn this all back on again, and just go. We're just gonna go like way up here. Okay. Then if I turn on, let's see, what are the things here? So 5 is my flight behavior, 7 is my AI behavior. So now I can't move anymore because they're both in control. Then if I hit this, then now we're following the waypoints back down. We're going nice and slow. So we go to that waypoint, then we go to this one, and then we're here. And then the event controller will lock us down. There we go, that's it. That works. So now we just got to fly ourselves up to space and do the opposite. So let me shut all this off and set up the event controller. How was I... Wait a second. When I got out, I was able to get up in there. Oh, nice. Okay. Okay, so the event controller for... let's see, for docking down, it's going to be connector lock unlock, and the connector we want is connector down, and then we are going to say the actions. So which one is which? So left is when it is connected, that is what I want, and we are going to say I could just say whenever it disconnects. Then I don't even need the timer block. I could just say whenever it disconnects, it just goes to the other connector. That would be interesting, because like if we came under attack and the connector broke on the station, or the station lost power, then the ship would just fly away. That'd be kind of funny. It would also mean that if I ever do anything to screw up the connector, the ship would just fly away as well. Let's not do that. Let's keep it on the timer idea. All right, so when it locks, I want the batteries. This is locking, right? When it connects, batteries go to recharge on, and the thrusters turn off, and the antenna should turn off. That's another thing. the antenna should turn off. Toggle block off. Do I need to do anything with the... Oh, wait a second. Hang on. I'm going to need 2 event controllers, because I need one for when the connector locks, and then another one for when the connector is ready to lock, to actually lock it. So, yeah, I think I'm going to need 2 of them. 2 of them on each side, which I do have an extra spot for. I just don't quite know how I will get to it. Maybe I should just do this up in space where I could fly around this thing. Yeah, and actually work on it. So, what was the... Okay, here's the question. What's the thing for Izzy to ignore an entire connector? There is a word for this. Sorting... Shell... auto-crafting... Enthusiasts. Marcus, do I put that on the base's connector or on the ship's connector? I'm going to find it in here before you answer me. That's my goal. I failed because you answered me. All right. I still want to find it in here. Where is it? I know there's a setting for this. Oh, here it is. Keyword for connectors to disable it completely for another grid that is docked to that connector. So, okay. Well, you all get maximum internet points today. So we can change this to... did that work? That did not work. That paste did not work. So we will do this instead. I may have pasted some sort of weird character in there. Alright. What is he currently complaining about? Assembler has a queue but is not assembling. Oh. Why do we need these things? Didn't we got the antenna working. Or did we? Alright, at this point, we've got our waypoints at the bottom. Let's fly it up to space, where I can actually fly around and do stuff. Let's look at the cargo. And find a bunch of stuff to take up to space. And I should probably grab a little bit of food and stuff, but... How much... Oh, we could take all of it. Wow, that's good. Let's take, like, half of it. And let's take all... Wait a second. Okay, weird. Okay. Let's take most of the silicon. And... I guess let's take a little cobalt, too. I don't know if we need cobalt up in space or not, but... that should... I mean, that's a decent enough test, I think. I don't want to take a whole lot of stuff, because we might explode when we get there. Also, I don't have a... I don't have a... You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to also take the... Oh, I don't want to take all the remaining ice. That we have very little ice, and I kind of need to drink stuff. I'm very excited for Space Engineers 2, Nether Diamond. It's... Yeah, I'm not playing it a lot right now because there's not much to it, but I'm excited at the pace of development that they have going on and the potential of it. So, all right, just so that I don't have to dilly-dally too much with flying around trying to make a connector while this thing is burning hydrogen, I'm going to go up and make a... There we go. Go up and make a connector on here for it to connect to. You know, the other nice benefit, I was just thinking of having the two flight controllers, is that if I have to move the connector on one side or the other, I don't have to redo the waypoints on both sides. I'm not entirely sure if I would have had to either way, but let's see. Oh, look at this. We've got a thing right here we could use. It'll just be kind of right next to the laser antenna, which is definitely pointing at the Earth and not frying my retinas as we speak. You know, the angle of it there, we can kind of see just how far this thing tilted when we had our little mishap. So I should really just, so that doesn't happen again, I should put a gyro on here and lock it, you know, override it. All right, I don't want this thing to be right next to the laser antenna. So I'm going to come down a little bit and actually, hang on, let me get rid of you. Wow. I'm going to put it a little bit off to the side. We're going to go this way with it a little. That'll be okay right there. And then, let's see, I think I want to do one of these on the end here, like this, and I have no idea which way that should face, but that's okay. Yeah, oh no, it's definitely a station now, until the next time that it's not, so. Alright, this is the dock for the cargo elevator. And then we should be able to spend a good amount of time flying up here and then docking the thing. And we will hope that we don't use up more than half of the hydrogen. Although, presumably going down, we won't use nearly as much hydrogen as going up. Yeah, let's hope. There we go. I had some steel plate on me. You could have it. We're going to need nickel, aren't we? You guys are going to be missing all your... Oh, no, you're not. Oh, I had a little bit of interior plate on me. Yeah, we're going to have to get some nickel and bring it up here. Yeah. But that's okay. That's what the cargo elevator's for. We might have to do a mining stream where we just get a bunch of minerals and then go up and down a couple of times with the thing. It's also going to take a while for this thing to go up and down. That's the other thing. Eventually, we could have a fleet of them if we wanted. But, all right, let's... Is there a way... Hang on a second. If we did a... There's no way to tell the recorder to just go to a... Yeah, you have to go and set the waypoint. I can't make it just go to like a... go to a beacon or go to a... show path on HUD. Now does it show it? No. Did I turn the other thing off? No. Either way. Yeah, there's no way. I'd have to do it with the remote control block, I think. So that's not gonna cut it for me. All right. So what I want to do is go to this recorder and turn off all this stuff. I don't need to see that anymore. Set up action for selected waypoint. Don't think I need to do anything when it hits a waypoint. Although I might want to make it try to do the connection, but then if it fails, then it's no good. So anyway. Yeah, let's just try and go up. We've got the blueprint for right before I configured everything. And if it if it blows up, then I'm still good. We could redo the waypoints. That's pretty much the only thing that it had. So, all right. So I need to. I'm going to take off. Oops. Take off a couple of. What the heck is this icon? Take a couple of things off here, and I just need I need to be able to put the gyro on override, so that we hopefully don't rotate too much as we're going. And I'm also going to do thrusters increase and decrease override, so I can hopefully save some thrust on the way up. My hope is that we can make it up, set the waypoints, and then just head back down, basically. And that we're good to go that way. So I've got plenty of power, presumably. Batteries are full. Yeah, I think we're good. Let's go do a thing. I mean, I have the blueprint. We will blueprint it again once everything is set up. So, I'm not really worried about that. The blueprint will have the waypoints in it, but that's fine. We'll just delete them if we need to print one again. Why are they on 56% off? What sort of a... Oh, 56 thrusters are off. Did I really put 56 thrusters on here? 24, 48... Yeah, I guess I did. Okay. Alright, so what I want to do is presumably go straight up. So we're going to go... oh, you know what? I also need to take the flight... the downscalator flight blocks and turn them off. AI behavior off. Yeah. Okay, good. Otherwise, I won't be able to actually control this thing. Flight is off. Recorder is off. Okay. Double checking. Off. Off. Okay. Should be good. Up we go. Batteries on auto. Good. That's locked. Alright, so those are on. I'm going to disconnect and go up a little, and then I'm going to have to really... Okay, well, never mind. Not what I wanted. Not what I wanted to do. I was trying to... Oh, good. At least those things survived. I was trying to hit the thrust override before it got too far away. But that's fine. We'll just make a new connector real quick. I'm going to have to... Why can't I rotate you? There we go. There we go. I'll probably have to fix that. I'm going to have to fix the thing there, but I just... Alls I wanted to do was be able to go... Oh, because it's all of them. Oh, I don't want to do all of them. Never mind. Hang on. Hang on. That makes sense. No wonder we're not going anywhere. Okay. Everybody back off. Okay. I want my thrusters... I'm an idiot. Okay. The thrusters that are all... Oh, man. I always do this to myself. Down is the... Are they pointing down? No, I want the... Sorry. No, this actually is fine. I want the forward thrusters. Forward thrusters. Here we go. I could have just done this manually. It wouldn't have been that big of a deal. But forward. Forward is up. This will be easier. Okay. So, don't do it yet. Forward thruster, decrease, increase. Wait, what? Why are you saying disabled? And you're saying... Oh, there we go. Okay, whatever. So if I turn you all on... Okay, good. and then we start to do this, then only those. Okay, good. Good, good, good. Okay. That will work. So I'm just going to do this then. Everything ready to go. Oh, not you. And I'm going to go disconnect and launch this way. And we'll get some... Oh, I need to turn dampeners off. 2. And then I'm going to start doing this. And as long as we are still going up, we'll be good. Hopefully. We are slowing. I'm just doing that to kind of cool the ship a little bit. We don't really need to be going in a straight line. We just need to get to the thing up there. So as long as we're not going down. We're not going down, right? No, we're still going up. That's good. Then we're good. All right, and I could just slowly decrease thrust as we go. We almost got to a bad heat level, but I think we're good. I think we are good. Yep, we're looking good. Alright, so now we're just on the long trip up. And we are picking up speed. So we can just keep decreasing this a little bit. And then we're losing speed. Yeah, we're doing good. This part's just going to take a while. But as long as that number keeps getting closer, then we're good to go. And it looks like we're not... looks like we're using not anywhere near a dangerous amount of fuel to do this. So as long as the autopilot is able to, you know, keep up with it and not overuse the fuel, since there's a speed limit on the autopilot, presumably it's going to manage the fuel similarly. So, alright, heat's going up because we're picking up speed. Let's slow it down a little bit here. We're getting close to the edge of the atmosphere, so heat's going to be less of a problem pretty soon. Once we're in space, we can pretty much go as fast as we want. Gravity isn't the problem. It's the atmosphere that's the problem. Heat is still going up. Oh, that's because we're moving at max velocity. All right, let's slow it down a little bit here. Let's really slow it down a bit here. Because we're about to be in trouble if that heat gets any hotter. All right. Heat is slowly going down. Okay. Or at least maintaining at 110. This is me watching the thing in the upper left by the food there. We've still got a ways to go here. Speed's going up again. But heat's going down. That's good. Okay, so we can... We're getting to the point where we're just going to kind of cruise the rest of the way on minimal thrust, so... let's see, we are slowing. That's okay, though. Yeah, we're getting to the point where it's going to be really hard to build up heat because we're far enough up. And now we're going to hit max speed here. Yeah, we're hitting max speed and heat's dropping. So we're good. Now we can just kind of cruise at, I don't know, 15% thrust for now, and we'll just keep kind of dropping it as we go. Gravity's dropping. Yeah, let's cut it down for a bit. Looking good, everybody. Looking good. We're back up in space the old-fashioned way again. And we are back to... we're getting back up to max speed again. Which means we could probably cut this down again. And I'll just leave it at 5% then for the rest of the trip. I'm taking a water break, which means this is your opportunity to like and subscribe if you're actually enjoying the video or the stream or the build or whatever. If you'd like to get notified when I go live, you can subscribe. It is free. And then you'll get a notification when I go live. And then you could be one of the first people in here talking to Marcus or Rumblestrip or Ajir or whoever gets here first. Thank you very much, Nether Diamond. Appreciate it. The one thing, you know, I like YouTube a lot more than Twitch in a lot of ways. And the one way that I don't like it is that YouTube does not give me the notifications for every single person who subscribes, because YouTube, I don't know if it's a default or just everybody does it, but like your subscriber list is private or can be private, and the vast majority of my subscribers, their list of who they subscribe to is private. And when your list is private, then when you subscribe to people, just the number goes up and they can't tell who it is. So for most of my people who subscribe, I just see number go up, and it's kind of sad. Like, I'm not saying everybody should go make their profile public. Definitely don't do that, but if you don't want to. But I do wish that was like on Twitch, every subscription is like a celebration, you know? And I think it will. If someone has a public profile, I actually don't know if it'll do it or if I ever shut that off, but I think it'll do it. If someone who has a public profile or public subscriber list, I mean, subscribes while I'm live, there is a little thing that pops up on the screen to say, congrats to so-and-so just subscribed. I almost never see it. But also, I never see it either because it's like off to the side, and I'm not usually paying attention when it happens. I just see usually the bot will say in chat that it happened. So if you don't see the bot in chat say that somebody subscribed, then they have a private subscriber list. So anyway, looks like we're getting pretty close. We could see it, and it looks kind of cool from back here. I'm assuming that that's either a... let's see, we're a little bit off, but that's okay. We'll correct. I'm assuming that that is either lens flare from something, or the... Let's see. I could start to kind of... Can I kind of bump us in the right direction here a little bit? We're going awfully fast. I may want to start thinking about slowing down soon. Let's turn that off. And we'll just... Yeah, this was good in terms of amount of fuel used. So hopefully we don't use up the rest of the fuel as we're... when we do this for real. Hey, John. We're back in space. It happened again. We took the cargo ship. This actually kind of looks cool with the seat on it, to be honest. Oh, you know what? We're not going very fast here, are we? Give me some thrust. All right. Which button is the... Oh, right. I don't want to smash into this. Okay, here we go. And please stop. Everybody stop. Okay. So... Oh, now I need to change all of my... Just realized I need to change my toolbar to be... Oh, man, we accelerate so fast. I'm actually kind of tempted to try and take this thing and... I know it's... The waypoints would be weird, but I'm kind of tempted to take this thing and rotate the entire station so that it faces the correct direction again. But I am not going to do that. So let's make it so I can rotate again. And let's change the connector on the front to be the up connector. And... Oh, jeez. Okay. Did I not? There we go. Okay. Yikes. That is... Okay. I don't think the orientation, the rotation of the ship matters too much here. Although the... Getting it close to the... Oh, jeez. There we go. Okay. What matters is that we're going to be... Oh, did I just turn this to on-off? Is that what I did? Instead of switch power? I think I did. Okay, so let's put switch lock there, and let's go to connector up, turn it back on, and then switch lock. So we're connected now. So now what I want to do is get my down. It's the down recorder, right? Hold on, let me make sure I didn't do this backwards last time. Flight recorder down. No, I'm sorry. The recorder down. Yeah, that's right. So I want the up one. Okay, good. Recorder up. Excellent. All right, so I need recorder up. I don't need you anymore. Hold on, let's get rid of you. Get rid of you. Get rid of you. That's fine. Recorder up. Add waypoint, and then I need AI behavior on, off. I see those hearts flying. That is crazy. In the chat there. Okay, so that's on, off, that's on, off. All right, so we're going to do the same thing and back way the heck up to like here, basically, and then go waypoint. Then we're going to go forward to almost there. Go waypoint, and then go all the way up to it. Are we basically on it? Are we not? Did I just damage it? No. Why aren't we? Am I in gravity? Why aren't we? Okay, proxy, but it's not holding me. That's weird. Okay, that's good enough. Connect. That's weird. Are we technically in gravity? I thought I went far enough away. Look how off angle we are. This is stupid. It'll be okay though. It'll just angle itself and come in, so it'll be fine. Okay, so if we were to disconnect here and just go way back and kind of angle ourselves away here, pretend we're down in the planet here, and then go... Oh, I don't have a play button on here, do I? Recorder up. Let's put it on top of this one. Let's change you to play. All right, so now I can turn on you and you, and we're good. And then I go replay. So we're moving into position. We're kind of oddly turned at the moment. I'm going to keep my finger on the play button. So we're getting to that first waypoint. And then we turn toward the next waypoint, and we're aligned. And then... Oh. The heck are we doing? Okay. What is going on? Okay, then we're moving to the next waypoint. I'm getting a little bit nervous here. The waypoint is not aligned correctly. Stop. What is it? What was that about? That was weird. Okay, can I... Did I put the wrong... Up, up, up. You know, I'm not actually sure that I needed 2 flight blocks. Now that I think about it, there's no reason to have 2 flight blocks. We just need... Well, actually, no. Maybe we do, because the other one's facing the other direction, so... Okay, very strange. I'm going to try this again from roughly way back here. Turn you on, turn you on. This, the up flight block, needs to have a faster max speed of like 75. Oh, it's aligned to P gravity. Oh, I didn't... Here, collision avoidance. Yeah, that's what the problem was. All that stuff we never set. Min altitude, 0, whatever. Okay, now we're good. Maybe. We'll find out. So, flying in at a... like a bat out of hell here. Moving to the next one. We're good. Moving to the next one. Please don't break. And... we are just a little bit off. I might have to redo that last waypoint. Can I redo that last waypoint, actually? What if I go recorder up, add waypoint, and then go into here and go up and say recorder up waypoint 3 delete, and then kind of move myself up here. Is my connector broken? No, it's not. It's just weird that it, like, the connector doesn't have enough strength to, like, hold me in position. You know? I think I made a waypoint there. But I don't know. Maybe it's because, I mean, you know, the blocks aren't fully aligned with the thing, so it's possible that that's the problem. But, I mean, it is working. Let's look at that connector for a second. It's actually called dock. Dock here. Don't want that. That's generally the strength we want to use. I could double the strength. It should be okay. You know. So if I disconnect here and then wait for it to kick back on. There we go. It did just move me slightly, I think. There we go. Now it's kind of holding me in place. But if I'm off to the side, it's not really pulling me. Wait a second. Oh no. Oh no, hang on. Is this thing not a station again? It's not a station again. What the hell? We've been pushing this thing away. That's why the waypoints aren't working. Okay. Now this thing is actually expending its fuel to hold the station in place. What the hell is going on? Why is it that when I dock to this, it stops being a station? Why? Somebody explain why I can't dock to this thing and have it remain as a station. I got to redo those waypoints now. But if I dock to it again, is it because it has fewer... I mean, it's got a ton of blocks though, right? Like, if I had thrusters and gyros on it, then it wouldn't be as much of a problem because it would just maintain its own state, but like, it should be a station all the time because it is a station. Why do grids connecting to it cause it to turn into not a station? I'm going to try this again. Hang on. If I disconnect, right, I'm going to pull back a second, move up to it, reconnect. Okay, it's still a station. What's going on, guys? I'm relying on the community here to explain the madness. Why is it doing this? This means that anytime the cargo ship goes up, which, by the way, I should probably, as long as I'm here, take all the stuff out. Where's, we do have cargo in here, right? Oh, there it is. Oh, right. Cargo's not going to work because this thing doesn't work. Did I bring... No, I didn't bring nickel. So I can't even get that to connect. Super gridding is not enabled. Look at how much we are off axis now. And that it's probably also because these things were trying to rotate. I don't know how long this thing was a station. It's possible now that the rings won't even work because they're we're way too far off angle from the Earth. So I bet the rings don't work anymore. I'm gonna attempt it, but let's see what happens here. Hang on. Get back down. Yeah. So that's out of the question now because we're too off center here. We might have to get in there, make this a station or a ship again, and use that guy to try to rotate the station back toward the planet. But I should turn these off so we don't waste all of our hydrogen. That's really weird. I've literally never seen that happen before. I've never seen that happen before. That's weird. I can't put a gyro on it. I don't think I have the parts. I don't have the material. I would have to disassemble some things to to get enough nickel to put a gyro on it. So we've got a bit of a problem. We could... no, we don't have a refinery up here, do we? So we'd have to fly back. I mean, technically this thing will go back to the planet. So there's that. I'm going to manually take out the stuff that's in here. It's going to take me a minute. Especially since I did that. I would like to see it go back down to the planet. And it could come back up here on its own. Like, it can do that. It just won't dock correctly. So, because the waypoints are going to be wrong. But it can at least come up to the waypoint. In fact, we could just keep the very first waypoint so that it can just come up to the edge of space and then hang out there. So we'll probably do that. But I'm going to have to go back and get nickel from the planet and come up here and then yeah, then that. We'll have to get I mean, I'm going to have to put... I guess I have to put thrusters on it so that if it changes, it doesn't float away, like it holds position. But it's still going to be like any sort of bump, even if the thrusters are... even if the thrusters... Like, the thrusters will take a second. So any sort of bump will cause the station to move. And then the waypoints won't work. So I would have to set... let's see, what would I have to do here? I'd have to... where's the chair at? I would have to set the recorder to be... I would have to put a beacon on here, basically. Right. Can't you do waypoints relative to a beacon? How do you set... I know I've done this before. There's a way to set it relative to a beacon. That's not the flight. Should be in here, though, right? Waypoint 1, waypoint 2. Maybe it's when you're... It's not when you're doing this, though, right? No, it's not. It's not here. Why... It's not in the flight block. Precision mode, speed limit, no. Recorder. AI behavior, play, repeat, waypoints. Clear, delete, delete all, setup action, reverse order, show on HUD, Record. Record interval, minimal distance, add waypoint. Oh, reference beacon. There it is. Okay, so we could add a beacon to the base here, and then even if the station moves a little, it'll always be able to... Okay, so maybe that's the solution. The problem, of course, is that that means I have to have hydrogen, because I don't have platinum. I'd have to have hydrogen up on here and thrusters running at all times, and I don't want to do that when this thing should just remain a station at all times. And I'm wondering if it has to do with... Well, I mean, I can't imagine that this thing has more blocks than this large grid thing. That just seems like... How many blocks does this have? This has 101 blocks in... Presumably they're looking at this. Although, I guess this thing had... Like, this is all on a subgrid. All this stuff is on subgrid, so... I'm just grasping at straws here. Info, 182 blocks. So, you know, there we go. And we're not, again, a station. The stationary station Alpha is not living up to its name, y'all. Man, this world is just messed up. You know, I like engineering challenges, but when I don't understand the physics of the world, it makes it a little bit difficult, you know? Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go into here and go into the recorder, the up recorder, and delete waypoints 1 and 2. So waypoint 1 will be the only waypoint. It'll be, you know, way further over there. We're going to have to go back down and get the components to build a gyro and stuff up on here so that we can rotate the station back to where it needs to be and then turn it back into a station again. And we're going to need... I guess we're going to need parts for some thrusters. Well, that's a problem. There we go. Let me go. Yeah, I got so distracted there. Where's my throw kit? Yeah, okay, well, we'll fly back down to the planet. We'll take the cargo ship back down. Okay, Marcus is coming in with the info. What's the haps? I'm gonna go sit up here and not die while we talk. Why is it happening? Am I gonna like it or am I not gonna like it? I think that's the question. Is this gonna be one of those, like, nothing you could do about it, or easy solution, we just need to figure it out? Keeping me on the edge of my seat here. Mm-hmm. It's apparently a long explanation. Every time you dock, you nudge the station, which changes it to a ship. Ships need to be anchored to voxels. If I nudge a station, it turns into a ship? That can't be right. I've docked at stations multiple times, and usually you nudge stations. It needs to be in a voxel in order to never become a ship. How have I gone my entire life? How have I gone my entire life? I've made space stations that are just stations, and then I've docked things on them in the past. So how have I never nudged a ship into a station into a ship before? Oh, you know what? Here, hold on, wait. What's the... I haven't done this in a long time. What's the button for voxel hands? We're gonna make a voxel. We're gonna just solve this the way that pissed off Skyloafer is doing. It wants to do. So we're gonna just stick a little voxel. Actually, I should probably rotate this thing first. to the way I want it. And then we'll stick a voxel on it. So hang on. I'm back out of there. Okay. That's all right. I'm literally gonna stick a voxel in space and attach this thing to it. Because I don't have a good way to hold it and keep it from becoming a station then. I don't have a good way to just, it'll just burn off its hydrogen and that'll be that. So I don't have a good way to bring a bunch of hydrogen up here yet. Yeah, let's go back down to the planet and get parts, and then we could think about this more rationally on the way. So what do I need to do to make that happen? Nope, not you. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. Let's just put the, let's see, we need the down recorder to play, and we need the down recorder AI on off, and the down flight AI on off. I think that should do it for me. Oh, I need to fix this connector. Oh, you know what I never did? I was going to set a bunch of things on. I was going to add another. That's what I was going to do. I was going to add another thing. I need to borrow some stuff because I think I put it all away. So I need to borrow some. Who's got? What do I need for these? Event controllers. I need interior plate. Good. So that means I could borrow a little bit. Oh no, I can't borrow from you. I can borrow from you. Can I borrow from you? No. 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 Wait, how many did I just grab? Yeah, I'm good. Okay. We need to put on 2 event controllers. I just need to put them on. I couldn't physically get to where they needed to be when I was in gravity, so I'm just going to put them on right here, and we'll figure them out later. Stop it. I don't know why I keep hitting that today. This is going to be the... I've already forgotten what we've called this ship. The cargo elevator for event controller 2 docking ready up. Yes. Apparently we had enough parts for it up here too. And then I want to put another one here. I think. Sounds about right. This one is going to be EC docking ready. Yeah, okay. Now that we got those, I can program them when we get back to the planet. So, I should have enough oxygen to get home. So we should have plenty of hydrogen, I hope, to get back to the planet. So I'm going to turn all these on. I'm going to undock and just move over to here. Turn on my flight controls. And this is down, right? Okay. What? Unknown signal 41 kilometers away. Are we rotating or is the station rotating? Okay, good. The station is... I want to double check because I'm afraid that it... Okay, it is a station again. Okay, you know what? Before I go, I want to know. I want to nudge it and see if it changes again. Okay. How hard do you have to nudge it to make it become a station? Oh, I should put the connector back up here too, just so I can grab it and stop it. Connector up. Oh, wait a minute. Connector down. There we go. That seemed like a pretty big hit. It does not seem to have turned into a station. It has not turned into a station. I did damage my connector though, so I pushed it hard enough. I'm pushing on it. We are repairing my connector. It is not becoming a station. We're not fully repairing the connector because we don't have the parts. I don't know. I can't use the connector. I broke my connector. So I can't use it. Alright, why can't I fly to the planet though now? Why can't I fly? If I turn these back on... hang on, let me... So I could get far enough away here. I don't want to break stuff. If I turn these back on... And then hit... Like, why are we... We're just kind of like drifting instead of flying. AI recorder down. Still has all the waypoints. I want to... Stop. I want to play the waypoints. This flight recorder down is also on. Ah, precision mode was apparently the problem. Ensures the grid will reach the exact waypoint. Forces it to fully rotate toward the next way. Oh, okay. So if I turn that on... Okay, we're just... This ought to be good. We're just going to fly toward the planet backwards. Which is what we want, actually. We want it to fly toward the planet. So all it was doing was just slowly rotating. Yeah, okay. So it was just because it was angled weird because of the way the station is. So it was just slowly rotating. I don't see a problem with that. I could do that. So now let's see if we get to the planet. We're burning fuel a lot faster going down, which is concerning me. Because it's like... really, really trying to micromanage that speed. I'm gonna go ahead and tell it that it can go a little bit faster. Which one is the... Oh no, it's the flight recorder. Or the flight block. I think it can go up... It should be okay at 80. I've always gone 75 to be safe, but I think it should be okay at 80. As long as we don't smash into the ground. We'll be okay. Yeah, we're gonna run out. We're gonna run out of fuel before we hit the ground. For sure. Honestly, I don't even know if a full tank would have gotten us to the planet. I'm gonna stop this and just kind of manually get myself down there, get close, just so that we don't destroy this thing. So, dampeners. Oh, knock it off. There we go. Let's get up to speed here, and then we'll just... This is definitely going to be a fun one to try and figure out. Let's see. Right before we hit that atmosphere, we're going to want to slow ourselves down, but I'm okay with falling at max speed for a bit here because we'll just oh, you know, because it's relative to my seat. I just realized that my controls were... I was trying to figure out why my controls were weird, but I'm gonna have to remember that. Can I use a fuel limiter? I could put it in thrust. I could do the thrust override thing again, like I did on the way up. But I think I'll probably just pump the brakes periodically. We may not survive the way down, is what I'm saying. So we may be going to get some ore so that we can get nickel and silicon again and get back up and running here, and then just printing off a new one of these because we may not survive the trip down. But we'll see. So I guess while we're going down, since there's only about 15-ish minutes of the stream left, I'll talk a little bit about the plan. So there won't be a stream tomorrow. I might do a stream on Monday for Space Engineers with when the release comes out for SE1. We'll see how we're doing. That might be a last-minute scheduling, but we'll see. Sunday, there won't be Halo, so I think I might actually do Oblivion Remastered, which just came out the other day, and mods are already available. So I'm not going to mod it yet. I'm sure I will eventually, but I never played Oblivion before. You know, I'm a big Skyrim person, but I never played Oblivion. And it'd be fun. Be fun to do. So I might do that on Sunday. And then I'm about to hit that atmosphere, aren't I? I might do that on Sunday, and then Monday, Space Engineers after the release, and we'll see what happens. And then next Sunday after that, I think Halo will be back for all of the Halo fans that have been following along with that. So, and then we'll see where we go from there. I'm going to have to rethink this this cargo elevator plan. If the fuel efficiency, well, first off, if every time it docks at the station drifts away, that's going to be really annoying. If it's going to be a matter of, I don't know, if it's not even fuel efficient enough to get up and down, that's really just a major blocker right there. So, I mean, we could put some atmospherics on. There we go. Now we're hitting the atmosphere. We could put some atmospherics on it to kind of help it go up, but then I would need more batteries, which will increase the weight and all that other stuff. So, all right, so now we're hitting the atmosphere, and we're starting to build up some heat on the bottom there. I'm kind of tempted to just let it burn up for funsies, just to have a little bit of an explosion on the way in, but I think I'll let it. I think I'll try and land it normally. We could at least see if once we get down there, if it can, you know, with enough fuel, if it can get to its parking spot or not. But we'll see. Just try and keep the speed down, keep the heat down. Heat's still going up. I think we're drifting a little bit because I forgot to turn on the let's see. Maybe once we get to like 5 kilometers or less, I will turn on the autopilot and see if it can make it there without running out of fuel. If it gets fairly close, I mean, I call it a win. We could always just like go disassemble this thing and where's the actual base at? Oh, the base is not. Let me slow myself down. The base GPS isn't actually on, so I don't know where it is. Outpost 52. How far off are we? Oh, we're coming in pretty good. Okay. Heat's looking good. I'm going to let it go a little further and then turn on the autopilot and see what we get. Maybe we'll get within like 2 kilometers because we're doing okay on fuel here. I mean, I guess technically, you know, we could do some tests and see like how much heat damage does it take if it just free falls up until a certain altitude, and then we have an event controller kick in and turn on the, you know, turn on everything. So let's see. We're doing good on, actually we're doing really good on heat right now. I'm not sure why. Oh, because the atmospheric friction on the ship is slowing it down. That's why, believe it or not. All right, so let's turn both of these on and tell it, go get it, and see what happens here. There's an unknown signal pretty close to the base. All right, are we going to smash into the base? And then boom. And lock. And off. I'm not going to refill it just yet. We'll just leave it like that. Okay. All right then. So, how far away is that unknown signal? I ain't going over there. Okay, so moderate success. Moderate success. We got some things to think about, and plus we need a lot more materials, so we're going to have to go mining. That will be what we will do on the next stream, which, what did I say, will be Monday. So, we'll go mining, we'll get a bunch more materials, and while they are refining, we will think about what we can do to solve the various problems that we have, which I will enumerate. This thing does not have enough fuel for the autopilot to get it up and down from gravity. Through gravity. Even if it was full, I suspect, even if it was full, like even if we could go all the way up and refuel completely up at the station and then come back down, I bet it would still use most, if not all, of its fuel on the way down. So we might have to think that through a little bit better. On the way up, we could consider using atmospherics to push it up until a certain altitude and then switch to the hydrogen. That's a thought. We could potentially do a similar thing on the way down. We just need more batteries. We need a lot more batteries. That's the main problem then. Because that's not going to be able to maintain that many. It's not going to be able to the batteries I have won't be able to maintain atmospheric thrusters for very long. Which is a problem. The problem with the ice, actually, is that I don't have any. We would have to take a long, long drive over to the very far away ice lake and get ice. And then we could put it up in here and take it up with us. But that also means we can't take anything else up with us. So I think it would be more efficient to to see if we could find ice in an asteroid nearby. Which is harder because we only have the hydrogen that's already on the ship in space. And if we run out of hydrogen on the miner that's in space, then we're kind of stuck. So we really need some platinum and some uranium, which are only on platinum's only on Mars, uranium's only on the alien planet. So it's a bit of a challenge, I would say, to get over there. But if we could get to Mars and get platinum, like we could at least get some ion thrusters to make it easier to move about in space. And once we could do that, then we could at least go to asteroids. We can find materials in space. Like we could have a big old space presence based off of solar power. That's my hope. So maybe next time we will go back up, which unfortunately I can't use the rings to go back up. We'll have to fly the ship back up again. That'll be fun. I'll have to just do it manually, manual flight. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. That'll be for next time. So, thanks for watching, everybody. Like and subscribe and all that good stuff. And like I said, nothing tomorrow. Sunday will probably be Oblivion Remastered. Monday will be Space Engineers again. Assuming my schedule doesn't change abruptly. And then Thursday again after that, Space Engineers again. So, we'll have a bit of extra Space Engineers. So, thanks for everybody hanging out. Another Diamond, Marcus, Rumble Strip, who went to sleep, probably, Ajir, and John, who is trying to catch up on the stream, probably, and who else? Next Level. You all, thanks for hanging out in the chat. Thanks for everybody else who was watching, who was not in the chat. Appreciate you as well. And I will talk to you next time. Take care.